Did I ever tell you guys about the time I bought a goat out of the back of some guy's truck in a parking lot? It's true. I did. His name was Phil and he was adorable. Backstory, so you can kind of understand the context and also understand that I'm even more unhinged than it sounds. One day, me and my husband got a wild hair up our ass, or whatever the saying is. I don't think it's that. But we decided to sell everything we own, buy 10 acres several states away, and move with our 2 dogs and our 2 children to live in a fifth wheel trailer for a year while we built another house. It's crazier than it sounds. Honestly, we used a fucking porta potty for a year. I could talk. There's so many more stories I'll tell about this time. It was wild, beautiful, amazing experience. I don't recommend it to anyone. So while I'm sitting there living in the trailer for a couple months, I'm like, you know what? The most logical next step is, before our house is built, before we have anywhere to put them, we need chickens. We need chickens because then we can have eggs. So we go to the animal swap. That alone, that sentence alone, an animal swap, what is that? It's literally what it sounds like. People go and they swap animals in a parking lot. So that's what we did. We go to get some chickens. 5 of these 6 chickens ended up being roosters, which, as you may or may not know, do not lay eggs. So it was a fruitless endeavor, but we did get the goat. So I'm at the animal swap, looking at the animals. I'm an animal lover. I'm animal obsessed. It's my favorite thing in the world. And all of a sudden I look over and there's a truck full of baby goats. And I said, you know what else we need? More than just chickens. Before our house is done, before we have a place to put them, before we know a single fucking thing about goats, we need that baby goat. We got the baby goat. Obviously. It gets better. Because then we got another goat. Because did you know? I didn't know. But goats can't be alone. They have to have a friend. I posted on Instagram. I was like, look at my baby goat. And everyone was like, did you only get 1 goat? And I was like, all I need is 1. And they were like, this isn't about you. Girl, this ain't about you. Goats are herd animals. They cannot be alone. So guess what we did the next weekend? You're right. We went to an animal swap. And we got another goat. I also spent the rest of that weekend, like, building fence and making a structure for said goats and learning what they ate and how they ate and what water and what they... I learned a lot about goats that day. More questionable than me buying a goat out of the back of a truck in a parking lot is the man who sold me the goat. He didn't think, look at her putting that goat in that Kia. She seems like she knows about goats.